So this is another program which will show you or which will demonstrate you some more functions, some more predefined functions that you can use with strings. So we'll discuss about a function called capitalize function. This is one function, and then we'll discuss about count function. We have used this count function also with lists, I think. And then uh, we'll see a function called ends with function. This one ends with function, and one more thing, find function, index function, rfind, rindex functions, isAlnum. This is alphanumeric, isAlpha, isDigit, isLower, isUpper, isSpace. So these functions, and then ljust function, which means left justification, and similarly rjust, which means right justification. And you also know about a slice function, and to that slice we'll also add one more thing called stride, and then reversing a string. There will be a shortcut for reversing a string, so we'll discuss about these things in this program. So look at the let us go to the beginning of the program. So look at the first statement. We are creating a string called name and storing a value Sachin with S capital, and the remaining letters are small letters. Then we are creating another variable called age, which is an integer and holds 45. Then one more string variable called name1, which holds a string called Anjali. Then I'm using some print statements to print these strings. So already we have seen how to use format specifiers in print statements, like you do it in C language using %d, %f. So we have already used %d in Python programming. So in this program we are using %s also, which represents a string format. So you are displaying a string name followed by a colon, and then a format specifier %s, which will display a string value followed by an and age colon followed by one more ampersand, %s, which will allow you to display one more string value. So we need to mention what values you want to display in place of these two format specifiers, %s and the second %s, this one. So how you can do, either you can use format function or you can use this percentage also. Two ways we have seen, right? So I'm using percentage. So remember and recollect, there should not be any comma or full stop or a period operator in between after closing the double quote. So without any delimiter, directly use percentage symbol, and within the parenthesis you specify how many format specifiers are there in your print string. So corresponding to that format specifiers, what are the variables, you mention them in that same order. So in place of first %s, I want to display the value that is part of this name string variable, and in place of second %s, I want to display the variable age value. So though age is 45, I'll be displaying it in the so age 45 is an integer value, but I'm going to display it in the string format because I'm using %s format specify here. So automatically, instead of displaying it in the form of an integer, this will be displayed in the form of a string. Okay. Then in the next print statement, what I am doing is I'm using %s, same %s for name, but coming to age, I'm using %d. So because I use %d, so this will be displayed. This will be displaying an integer value. So instead of directly displaying the age of the second person, that is Anjali, I didn't store it in a variable. For Sachin, I stored his age in a variable called age, but for Anjali, I didn't store her age in any other variable. So directly I'm mentioning here 50. So this way also you can specify, instead of mentioning the name of the variable, directly you can mention the uh, the value that you want to display in place of this format specifier. So here I am using a 50, which is a decimal integer. The D stands for decimal integer. Okay, percentile S is for string. So instead of directly giving Anjali, the variable name Anjali is stored in where? Variable name1. So am I using name1 variable here? I'm not using. Instead, I'm giving directly the value of the string, that is Anjali, within double quotes. So this is only to show you, or to show you the difference between how you use this format specifiers. Either you can use the name of the variable to display in place of this format specifiers, or directly you can mention the value also. If you are mentioning the value, if it is an integer, no need of using double quote. But if it is a string, you have to mention it in double quote. Okay, so after this, again I'm creating one more string called str, which holds a value hello. Then I'm printing this hello message by calling the capitalize function. So how I'm calling it? Name of the string variable, that is str dot capitalize. So what is this going to do? It is going to capitalize that word. So capitalize means what? Change the first letter of that word to capital letter. If it is already capital letter, then it will remain the same. But if it is not a capital letter, then it will convert that first letter, if it is in small letter, into a capital letter. Okay. Then I didn't mention earlier this one at the beginning. So look at the print statement, str.center. Then I'm passing one parameter. This center is another predefined function. So I'm passing the first parameter to this function as an integer value 10, and the second parameter an asterisk symbol within single quote. So you must understand that this center function receives two parameters. First one is an integer parameter and second one is a string parameter. So you know that anything enclosed within a single quote or a double quote or a triple quote will be considered as a string, right? So what is the purpose of this center function? Means this 10, the first parameter that you're giving, will be taking 10 pixels on your screen. In each pixel it will be displaying one character. So that pixel is nothing but a one cell where each character can be displayed on the screen. Then out of this 10 pixels, uh, the message that you're displaying, that string that you're displaying, will be displayed with it will be displayed at the center exactly. How many letters are there in the word, in the string hello? There are 5 letters, right? But totally how many screens cells will be considered for displaying? 10 cells. So each cell will accommodate one letter. So out of 10 letters, hello will occupy only 5 sorry, out of 10 pixels or cells, hello will occupy only 5 cells. So the remaining 5 cells will be empty, right? So the center function, what it does is it will distribute all the empty cells that are there equally on both the sides of the string. So because 5 are left over, so on one side of the string there you will get 2, and the other side of the string you will get 3 spaces, and those 3 spaces that are left blank will be padded with this symbol that you pass as second parameter. So if I'm passing asterisk there, so you'll get 2 asterisk symbols on one side of the hello string and 3 asterisk symbol on the other side of the string, hello string. Okay, so that is the purpose of this center function. So we'll see in the output, then you'll understand. So the first one, name Sachin and age 45 is displayed as usual, as we expected, and Anjali's name is displayed, and age 50 is also displayed as usual. So capitalize function, it is capitalizing the first letter. We gave in the actual string a small letter h, but it is converted into capital letter. And the center function, what is it doing? It is taking completely 10 cells to display the string hello. So on either side of the hello string you have empty 5 empty cells together. On left side you have 2, and on the right side you have 3. So that means if you are taking for example 11 cells, then on both the sides you'll have equal number of star symbols, 3 on the left and 3 on the right, so that the string hello will be exactly displayed at the center of the total available cells that you have for printing that value. Okay, so you can take any value for this one. Instead of taking 10, you can also take 11. So now look at the output. You have 3 asterisk symbols before hello and 3 asterisk symbol after hello. So 6 cells are empty and the remaining 5 cells, which are exactly at the center, are filled with the actual string content. What if I give a value which is less than uh, the number of letters in that string? Say instead of 11, I'll give 4. So what is happening? Even though you give the less values for the cell, automatically by default the complete string will be displayed. Okay, even if I give 2, so you are able to see the complete string displayed. So it doesn't mean that because you are giving only 2, it will not it will display only 2 letters of the string, right? So if you are giving greater than the size of the, that is length of the string, then the total extra cells that you have will be distributed equally on either side of the string, and the string will be placed at the center. So that is the purpose of this center function. Okay, then one more time, what I am doing next is, to the same string str variable where we stored hello earlier, now I am storing only he. So because strings are immutable, so you know that a new variable will be created here, new string will be created. So the memory location for hello will be different and the memory location for he will be different. Yesterday we have seen that, right? Now one more variable, string variable message, which contains hello world, hello hello. So this is the complete string, hello world, hello hello. So what I am doing is I'm using a count function. So look at the print statement. Inside the print statement, I'm calling count function by using the message string object, message dot count. And for the count function, what am I passing? 3 parameters I'm passing. So the first parameter is str. Okay, second parameter is 0. So first parameter is str, means what? You must understand that the count function will receive 3 parameters, out of which the first one is a string parameter, and second one is an integer value 0 I'm giving. Third one I'm calling a len function, one more predefined function. So we have used it even on lists also, this one. So this is used to find out the length of the string. So if I pass message as parameter to this len function, this will return an integer value which is nothing but the length of the string, that is the number of characters or letters that are there in that string. So even the third parameter for this count function is also a string value. First one is a integer value. First one is a string value. Second and third are integers. So what is this count function going to do is, it is going to count the number of times uh, the first parameter that you are passing. That is nothing but a string. It can be a single character or it can be a group of characters. Number of times this str value, what is there in str? He. So number of times this he will appear in the string message. You're calling this count function by using message string, right? String variable, right? So when you call it using that string, what is the string contained in message? Hello world, hello hello. So in this string hello world, hello hello, how many times str, that is he, is present, that will be searched for, and it will be searching based on the uh, indices that you specify, range of indices. So if you want to search from the beginning of the string, then you give the starting index of the string, so 0. If you don't want to begin the search for that particular str in the string from the beginning, you can specify any index. So starting from the that index uh, till the last index, whichever you specify. I'm giving length of the string, right? So length of the string will be nothing but it is going to be the last index of the string. So up to there, how many times this str value will appear? So if you observe, he is there in this string. This is first time, he one time. Then here you have the second time, and then here you have once again the third time. So how many times it is appearing? The word he, three times it is appearing. So this method, this function count will return 3. So that's why you're able to see in the output 3 here. So what is the meaning of this 3 here? The word he appears 3 times in the string hello world, hello hello. That is the meaning of it. And how to identify this one, how to find out this one? By using the predefined function counts. Okay, then next I'm updating or modifying the message string variable to he is my best friend. So again here also the new memory location will be created for this because you are trying to modify. So he is my best friend is a string that is contained in the variable message now. So then what I'm using, a function called ends with. So what is this function going to do is it is going to check whether this a particular string upon which you called it. So using which you are calling using message. So what is there in message? He is my best friend. In this string, he is my best friend. Is it ending with the last letter that you want to search? So you have to pass as first parameter a word or a character or a string uh, for which you want to search whether that string is present at the end of the string or not. So what is at the end of the string? The given string friend. So you are searching for this friend. If the given string message dot ends with this friend word or not. If it is ending, and you can also specify just like you did for count function, starting index and ending index. So here I'm specifying the starting index as 14 and ending index as the last index of the string by passing length of message. Okay, so starting from 14 it will search. Starting from 14 it will search. Okay, so if you observe, uh, what is the index starting from? 0 is h and 1 is e. Then in 2 you have a blank space, 3 contains I, 4 contains S, and 5 again contains a blank space, 6 contains M, 7 contains Y, 8 again blank space, and B contains, B is contained where? 9, E is 10, S is 11, T is 12, and 13 is blank space, and starting from 14 you have friend. So starting from 14 this is going to search. Okay, from 14 till the end of the string it is going to search. So if that is ending, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So as such, look at the value return true because the string is ending with friend word. Now I'll make this, instead of 14 I'll make it as 15. So now what is it returning? False, because what is there in starting from index 15 will start at R, and what is the end of the string? RE end. So that is why it is returning false. So if you specify 14 or before 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, anything, then definitely it will search from there and it will see whether it is ending with that given string or not. So it will return true for any value which is before 14. Even if I give 10, say for example, it will give true. Okay, fine. So this is ends with. By looking at the name of the function itself, you will understand the purpose of that function. Then again str string is created with a new value hell, and a message string is created with a new value hello world. Then what is the function now I'm using here? Find function. So what is this function going to do? it is going to find out whether a given string is present in another string or not. So it is going to search whether the message string hello world contains hell or not. Okay, and if it is present, it returns the position of the occurrence. So if it is present, it will return the position of the occurrence. Okay, so I hope you know what is position. Position is nothing but at which position, at the first letter or second letter or third letter or fourth letter, it will return. If it is not occurring, then it will return a -1 value. If HELL is not there in the string, then it will return -1. So look at the output of the program. So you're having 5 here. So what is there? So what is that you are using? Instead of using hell, you are using world, right? So where is world starting? So H is at index 0, E is at index 1, first L is at index 2, second L is at index 3, and O is at index 4, right? And at index 5, W is starting. So world is starting at which index? Index 5. So that's why you are getting index 5 as the output. Then in the next one also, I'm using same index function, but the find function is used to find whether a given string is available in that string or not, and if it is available, it returns the index position where that given word starts from, and if it is not there, it will return -1. But coming to index function, what is it going to do is, if it is found, then it will return that same index value, but if it is not found, it will raise an exception. It is going to raise an exception, that is an error message on the screen. So let me check. Instead of giving world, I'll give, say, something which is not there in the string, say I'm giving ASDF. So what is this going to return? -1. If the string is not found, it is going to return -1. Which function? The find function. If it is index function, see, so what is index going to do? If it is found, it is going to return uh, the index, but if it is not found, it is going to return an exception. Is that correct? Okay, so what is the difference between find and index? Index will work same as find if the string is found, but if the string is not found, find will return a -1, whereas index will return an error. It is going to generate an exception. So now if you want to continue with the rest of the program, so we need to put this in comment, otherwise we'll not be able to execute the remaining. So then uh, another function called rfind. So it is same as find function, but it will start searching from the end of the string. It will not start searching from the front side of the string, but it is going to start searching from the back side of the string, from behind, okay, from the last character of the string. Okay, so uh, if I try to find world starting from 0 ending at index 10 of the message, what is there in message? Hello world, right? So I'm trying to search which one? World. So what is this going to return? So it is returning 5. What is 5? So where is world located? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So because world is found at the end, but it is searching from the last index, so it is searching from the last one. So even though it is searching from the last from the end of the string, if the string is found, it will return the index. If it is not found, then what is it going to do? What the find function is doing, the same thing will be done by rfind. That means it is going to return -1. Say now, instead of world, I'll say only, I'll remove the last letter D and run the program again. Yes, it is found. I'll remove the entire string and say give something, say she. So it is returning -1. Okay, fine. Then the next function, rIndex. It is same as index function. What is index function going to do? It is going to search for that string, and if it is found, then it will return the index. If it is not found, then it will raise an exception. So in message.rIndex, what I am doing, I'm using she. Will this she be available in hello world? It will not be there. So it is going to generate an exception, and that's the reason why you're getting after -1, it traces back substring not found, she. So now let me put this one also in comment. So look at the next message string. It contains James Bond 007. So now let me run this program and show you the output. So starting from this false. So what is all is all num? It is not actually num but numeric. So this is going to check whether the given string is an alpha numeric or not. Okay. So what do you mean by alpha numeric? Can anyone say? You must have
It's
used
combination of numeric values and alphabets.
combination of
Alphabets and numbers. Alphabets and numeric values.
alphabets and numbers, numerical values.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then why is it returning false now? Is it a combination of James Bond 007 is alphanumeric or not?
Yes, sir.
Then if it is alphanumeric, the function is all num must return true. Otherwise, it must return false. But it is returning false, right? For us. Then why? Why? Because this function is all num will return true if each and every character uh, in the given string is either alphabetic or numeric, right? But if you observe in the string, we have first James followed by a space. Space will not be considered as a alphabet, or it will not be considered as a numeric. Similarly, after bond also you have one more white space. This also will not be considered as either alphabet or numeric value. So if each and every character in the string is only either alphabet or numeric, then only it will return true. If at least one of them is not an alphabet or not a numeric value, then it is going to return false. So that's the reason why it is returning false here. Now if I remove this space and save the program and run it again, so let us check the output now. So what is it returning now? True. Okay. So let me add the space again and run the program once again. So now you are getting false. Then coming to the next one, is alpha. So this also will return false because is alpha function returns true only for all the characters in the string. James is a all the letters up to James are alphabets, but after that you have a blank space. So this will not be an alphabet. Bond is alphabet, but after that you have one blank space which is not an alphabet. Then you have 007 which is numeric. Okay, so it will return true if each and every letter in the string is only alphabet. If even if you have a numeric character, or even if you have a blank space or any other special symbol also, it is going to return false. So that's the reason why the output is false for this. Okay, then is digit. So this also will return false because this is going to return true if each and every letter in that string is a digit. But you know, there are alphabets in James and Bond, even white spaces are also there. So even if you remove James Bond and use only 007, but if there is any space between uh, each digit, then also it will return false. So let me write this. Let me remove James Bond. Then there is only 007. So you're getting true. Okay. Then I'll use a space here, either in between the first digit and second digit or somewhere. So again you're getting false. Okay. So we are done with the first three functions: is al numeric, is alphanumeric, is alpha, is digit. Then we'll see is lower. So are all the letters lowercase letters now? I have modified it right. J is capital and B is capital, so it is returning false. It is going to return false. So the fourth boolean value is also false here now. Then I'll remove J capital and I'll remove B also capital. So what is it returning? True. So it will check only the alphabets. The other characters, white spaces, and if any digits are there, they also will be considered as lowercase only. So it will search only for alphabets in the string, and if all the alphabets in the string are small letters, then it will return true. If any one of them is uh, any one of the alphabets, excluding those spaces and digits, any one of those letters in the string, if they are lowercase, if they are uppercase, then it is going to return false. Okay, so because I'm using small case letters, I'm going to get true here. But is upper is exactly opposite. So it will return true if all the letters in the string are capital letters. If any one of them is small letter, then it is going to return false because all the letters are in small letters here. So this is going to return false. So let me add all the capital letters instead of small letters. So what you are getting? True. Okay. So then look at the next function, is space. So what is this returning? It is returning false. So what is the purpose of this is space function means? If instead of having say James Bond 0007, I'll remove this and giving one blank space between the double quotes. I'll save the program now and rerun it. So now what is it returning? True, right? So if your string contains only a blank space, then this function is going to return true. Instead of a blank space, if you are having at least one alphabet or one digit or any other character, then it is going to return false. So as such, earlier, even though we have a blank space between James and Bond, and one blank space between D and the digit 0, it is not returning true, it is returning false, because the remaining uh, characters in the string are alphabets or digits. So that's why it is going to return false. Okay. Then now, next, I'm taking another function called ljust, which stands for left justified or left justification. So what do you mean by left justification? And here I'm using 20, an integer value, as a first parameter. It will have the same effect or similar effect as that of the function we have seen at the beginning of the program. What is that? The center function. So the center function has a first parameter 10 earlier. Now here ljust has 20. So ljust, what is it going to do is, the first parameter that you pass, the integer value, it is going to take that many cells on the screen, and in those cells it will display the given string message. So what is there in message? James Bond 007. So it will display that message in that given 20 pixel space, and any uh, additional spaces, then it will pad that additional spaces on the right side instead of center. What is it going to do is, it is going to uh, distribute the blank cells on both the sides equally. If the number of blank cells is odd, uh, one less than will be on the left side and the remaining will be on the right side. But if the number of cells which are empty is even, then they will be distributed equally on both the sides. So that is what center does. But coming to left just or ljust function, what is it going to do is, it is going to take all the letters on the leftmost side. On the rightmost side, if you have any blank cells, they can be filled with this symbol that you give. You can give any symbol there. I gave asterisk. So that's the reason why the output, you're getting James Bond 007. After that, you have how many blank cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So James Bond is occupying 14. The remaining 6 cells are filled with asterisk symbol. How many characters are there in James Bond? 14, including the white space, right? So then the next function rjust, what is it going to do? It is going to justify to the right side. That means it is going to display the string on the rightmost side, and the leftmost part which are empty will be filled with the asterisk symbol. Then look at the next print message, slice and stride. So slice operation, you want to cut a string. You can specify starting from where you want to cut the string and till where you want to display. But we didn't use this third part called stride. So what is the stride going to do is, it is going to cut the string, but starting from index 0 till index 14, it is going to do that, excluding index 14. But instead of taking consecutive characters in the string starting from index 0, it is going to take alternative strings. Stride is nothing but like step, yesterday step value we have used, right, in range function. Increment, instead of incrementing the index by one value, it will increment the index value by 2. So it will take the alternative characters. So starting from index 0, what are the alternative characters you have up to 14? So those characters will be taken. So in James Bond, you have at 0 J, and it'll ignore A because the next value will be ignored. Then M, and then S, and after S you have blank string, so B also will be taken. J, M, S, B, N, and blank space, and 1 0. So in the output you can observe J, M, S, B, N, the blank space is taken and 0 is taken. Okay, so you can use this slicing function with a stride value also. So within the square brackets, what you need to do is, you need to specify the first index, starting index from where you want to cut the string, and and the last index, last but index, and then after that the stride value. All these three values must be separated by a colon symbol. Okay. Then the next one, the last print statement. So this is going to reverse the given string. You can use the same format for stride, that is for slicing, but don't specify the starting index and the last index. And but for stride you give -1. But for the stride you give -1. Then if you give this -1, then this will reverse the string. So that's the reason James Bond is displayed in a reverse order. JAMESBOND 007. So the reverse value is 700DNOBSEMAJ. Okay. So you can use this. Uh, you can reverse a string and store it in another way, a string, and then you can compare these two strings and simply can say whether they are palindrome or not. So simply you can write a program for finding whether a given string is palindrome or not, right? So you can do this for a task, for practice, finding whether a given string is palindrome or not. Then, okay. So now we'll see one more function, but I think time will not be sufficient. I'll wind it up fast.